Hey, Max here. So I want to talk about how awful Cut is in this video under the umbrella, Rihanna style, of the recent released financial reports and how we've seen it play out not only for us, right, in the Ultimate Team community, but also financially for EA because their products are terrible. We've seen no innovation over the year that's really caused any sort of like benefit towards the players, and it's reflecting, which is kind of crazy. The extreme greed of EA isn't even there and showing up in their balance sheet, which I find awesome and hilarious at the same time. Because a lot of companies that like are evil, like at least they're growing, right? At least Palantir is growing for somebody. EA is just out here screwing everybody for no reason. Okay, let's get into operating cash flow. Well, let's get into free cash flow. Okay, we'll get into operating in a second here. Free cash flow, which is like a general okay barometer of a company's health. Some people argue the number one. A year ago, Q1 2025 and Q1 2025, that's a year ago. We're in fiscal year 2026 for EA. Was positive $53 million. This past quarter that ended June 30th, they lost $55 million in free cash flow. All right, that's a negative number. So obviously, they're good quarters are to come, but it is kind of funny seeing that kind of play out year over year. It's gone down on the recent numbers. I love how they like do it in their earnings call and stuff. They're like, well, operating cash flow is blank, but trailing 12 months free cash flow, that's what we talk about. Like, so whenever the numbers look good, they always talk about it, which makes sense, I guess, in a company's trying to pull the wool over your eyes. But that's funny. That's one thing. Okay, you're like, oh, whatever. You know, there are down months for companies, and I agree. That's, down quarters. It happens. But then what's the funniest thing, right? When you look at the free cash flow of the trailing 12 months, $1.7 billion, okay, for the trailing 12 months for EA. But then you go back to Q18. Now, they don't show free cash flow. They show operating cash flow, but free cash flow is just operating minus capital expenditures. So when you do, just do a quick mental math, 1,800 minus 33 minus 116. So that's like the same. Even if you just take operating cash flow against each other, barely grown, 8 years, which is kind of similar to the product, right? Barely grown, barely seen anything great over the last 8 years. So it's like, it's the company. The company is the company, and we're seeing it every level. Even us, frontline gamers. The awfulness of what they've done to Ultimate Team is showing itself on the balance sheet. It's great. It's actually great to see this stuff flow uphill for once. Okay, now why is Cut bad? All right, gameplay issues aside, although it ties into it greatly because the gameplay is not made for Ultimate Team, right? Spend 1 million coins on a corner watching it beat by an 82 overall. But like the aggressive catch, drop picks, the meta right now being super stale with the mid blitz, the slow adjustments making it harder outside of just blocking your tight end, base blocking your line. That's terrible. The penalty for snapping a ball under 5 seconds. It's all bad, right? Gameplay is not made for Ultimate Team right now, which is fine, right? They didn't make the gameplay for Ultimate Team gamers. They made it for Dynasty. But if you're not going to give us good Ultimate Team gameplay, at least give us good menu stuff. At least give us something that we can enjoy here in the game. But as we've seen with the greed of EA, it's bad, man. It's terrible. You look at these packs they're putting out on a daily basis. A B&D player, B&D you can't do anything with. It's an Ultimate Team. It's based off card collecting modes, and you can't sell the cards that you pull out of packs. It's crazy to me that they offer this, right? The topper is an 87 overall B&D. This is $100. $100, and you're getting it stuck in your binder. I like it. Can't even put it in sets, but we'll get to sex in a sec. Did I say sex? Sets in a second. I got my S's all mixed up. It's just wild that I cannot imagine that this is providing growth and enjoyment to the gamers versus short-term profits. But we're not even seeing short-term profits here, right? Free cash flow last quarter was down. With that said, okay, what else is wrong in Cut, right? The set. Let's go to that next. Other than no trade block, that's gone. Imagine a trading card game that you can't trade cards in. That's what we're currently dealing with. Okay? So the sets. These are the worst sets ever put into Ultimate Team. When you look back on the years of Ultimate Team, these are the most boring things I've ever seen in my life. You collect champs to get the champs back and a token? Oh, bother. Right? Like, I just imagine, like, you know, the good old days of MUT 16, MUT 15, the sets that we had, the things that we could do. We had Gold Masters, Silver Masters. We had sets where, like, you can, you know, even further back where you could do, like, draft player predictions and get, like, 1,000,000 coins out of a set for getting it right. We had these huge drops that were enjoyable to go ahead and do the menus and put in. And we see, like, in MUT now, we get, for example, Team Diamonds, but now they're like, oh, Team Diamond Master, just give us $100, 50% chance at it. Like, there's no, the chase is gone, man. They're not using sets correctly. It's very frustrating. And then, like, on top of the sets being bad, like, they make this game, which is so funny. They make this game for, like, the casuals, right? To have the aggressive catches, to have that all going on, drop picks. But then they make it competitive. The cards themselves are competitive because every single player on their overall is their speed, right? That's the max. That's the speed limit, okay? So an 87 overall strong safety. You can't be higher than 87 speeds. This one got 86, which is, you know, behind the curve. But when you look at every single overall in the game at like a skill position, they're all just capped. Other than, like, say, like edge rushers, defensive tackles are slightly below it. But let's go to the cornerback. Jeremiah Wilson. You can see he's 86 speed because he's 86 overall. So the fact that there's no individuality, no budget cards, no, like, you know, Dree Archer launch date, there's no silliness of what we used to have in these Ultimate Team game modes for the more arcadey aspects and fun stuff. Now it's just like blank. Like, every single player is the same with the exception of their height and weight. Like, they don't even have the right player likenesses. Like, Lawrence Taylor still looks like Lawrence Taylor, your next door neighbor that likes to mow his lawn at 7 a.m. on a Saturday, right? The one you're in a feud with. You're like, what the heck? Lawrence, it's too early. Hey, fuck you, buddy. That's what it feels like we're getting, man. Okay? So it's just frustrating overall with what's cuts, like, mixed messages between, is this comp? Everything has to be perfectly balanced outside of, you know, some abilities that we'll get down the road with platinum stuff. But the lack of innovation, the lack of changes, and the actual backsliding of the mode, like, name the things that have gotten better since, say, 2016. Name it. Because, like, other than solos and being able to do moments and then, like, some events that you head to head, nothing else in this game is improved, right? The store's worse. Packs are as bad as ever. Rerolls, they've been fine at times, but I've been getting murked. Everybody else is like, oh, I'm doing so well on rerolls. You clearly are doing better than I will reroll for 3 minutes and lose 500,000 coins like that. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll try again tomorrow. Boom, same thing happens. So last three promos lost 1.5 million coins. But just by re-rolling. It's just overall frustrating to see the stagnation of the product. Like I said, the top line revenue, the downstream product, it's been stagnant. I don't know what's going on, but, like, it was so funny because, like, in 2018 or that era, there was an EA employee making fun of me for my pack money going in to fuel their stock option and bonuses or whatever, and the stock price going up. I don't know, like, I should check in and see what they have to say now that the stocks barely moved during that time period. But it's just so ironic, right? The laziness or arrogance or whatever you want to call it at EA, at least in the Ultimate Team staff, right? Gameplay does seem like that side is listening more to the players, but the Ultimate Team side could not care less about doing their jobs. Just put out the stores, put out the B&D packs, put out new cards. Art team's doing nice, right? Look at those art. The AJ Swan, DJ Burke. That's cool, okay? Got to give credit to that. So, other than, okay, Art's been, although Art in 16 was kind of hot too. So that really, I'd say, is on the level. But man, it is funny to see it, right? It's all coming full circle in a consumer-driven product. When you ignore your consumers, what happens to your product? That's it for the video. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section about EA and what we've seen these last, I don't know, dozen years. Because, like, bro, one last part, like, it's crazy that I got people speaking of 2013 like it was like before the fall of Rome in Ultimate Team at times, man. Are we all Caesars? What happened? Why does it feel like the good old days were not that long ago in this game mode, but it feels like it's over now? Anyways, bye.